grateful that you tune in again to our channel on building wealth. With today, we're going to talk about a couple of things on how we set our goals, how we set what we want to in terms to be in. Um, we going to talk about, I got some things on the table here with me that we're going to talk about and building the wealth or building the project to get it to where you going to start making money with this project, or build the project or where you're going to be living at and having a great opportunity to live in a place that you really wanted to and had the idea of had it in your mind, but actually taking that again, that idea or that vision that you had, and you have brought it forth, so you could take that um, house that plan and work for, and now you to the point of you building that house or that investment or that business or that apartment complex or whatever it may be in your life or while you're building. So you're with Wayne Foster with the with WC Property Investment. You're again with us, going over our steps of how we build wealth, how we look in things in life and to where we gonna be. So if you really can, grab some area that you might sitting in your house. You may watching me. Everything's um, can be watched now on our cell phones. And so maybe you go in my TV show on your TV, or maybe you're viewing this on your phone or your laptop. So wherever you're viewing this at, I am so grateful that you tune in, and I appreciate. We're getting some people are letting me know that they are watching my channel on Building Wealth, watching the channel talk about how to get in this steps and how to be successful in what you're doing. So that's a great part to be in this day that we're in now. And so we're going to spend the time with you on Tuesday. Every Tuesday we'll come on, like I always announce, give to you that you can, ask questions. I'm in, while I'm on the field now, what I am going to do is some things that people ask me, I'm going to bring it out on some of our chats, and we're going to talk about, how do you get into it? So that way you have a good understanding of what you're getting into and where you're going. Because without having the plan or have the model to follow by, you could be in a situation that you're spinning wheels and not going nowhere. When you started, you quit. You try to go forth, and something hinders you from making that move or to what you really want to do. And it's okay to do things to get us by or to make money, to survive, pay bills, pay things that we want. But there is also be good to be in a situation that you could be able to be in a position to have that money to do whatever you want to do with, go wherever you want to go with, live where you want to live at, and do what you want to do in this life. That is a great place to be. And so we want to bring out my greatest thing I always talk about is my wealth, and my plan is to help you and help the ones that are viewing my TV shows, or watching me on the platform that we have, and finding them key people that will come and say, you know what, I want to partner with your program. I want to partner with uh, you of giving me the steps to success. Always in business or things that we do, there are proper steps that we must take. And as you take these steps, you gotta make sure we make the right steps. We do the right planning. We make sure we figure out everything, if possible, to the T. We're not gonna be 100% accurate, but we're gonna be close to it. So it's just like this. When I want to go out and to build something, I must have them feet, which is going to be 15 by 15. Then I understand how much feet that I'm working with, or to be in a place to be thinking about what I want and say I want to build it, and I have an idea of how big or how long I want that project to be. So in that, I need to find out in the steps of how to make that happen. First, we have to get to a place in life to where we really sit down and we really put things in plan or put it in action. And when you put it in action, you can see where you want to go at. You can't walk down somewhere a miles away and not understand why you're walking, or why I'm going this direction, and not really have a direction or really have a plan that's going to take me from where I'm at now and to get me to where I want to go at to. Everybody that takes a walk, everybody that travels, everybody that goes, anytime we have a plan of what we're going to do and how we're going to get there. We have the GPS or we have a map, but we have somewhere that knows clearly of where we're going at, because we're going to trust the map or we're going to trust the GPS. However, it's going to give us ability of where we're going before we get there. And a lot of times when you put the information in, the address of that place or location, it normally gives you a picture of that location. So you essentially have an idea in your mind of where you really going to. Even before you get there, you're already knowing that I'm going to end up at a building that looks like this. Well, let's take this into what we're building or what we're doing, because now we got to have the idea and we got to place it on something that we can really have vision or eyes on it. And then when you get that, a lot of times it's easy to really do what you want to do when you really vision it and get it in your head where you can see it. And so a lot of things, the first thing that you got to do, and we talked about this, is getting that plan, writing it down, putting it on paper. So we talked about that. That is number one first step in anything that you're doing, whether you're building, whether you investing in something, whether you trying to figure out a process. You have to understand, if you write down, you get a clear view of what you want to do. That's step number one. And you base that on what you want, not what everybody else wants, not what everybody thinking is what you want. So we take that first step and we create what we want. And we bring it alive by putting the steps in place. You cannot, it's a saying that you cannot put the horse before the cart, because you'll never get to where you're going to, because it's intensing the wrong way. So, in going forward onto what we are doing, is my job is to make sure I give you the best clear of how we are moving forward in our planning, or in our positions, or in our ways. So then each step that we take, we're getting closer to what we're trying to get to. So it's the same thing. Like you put that um, address in that GPS, it is giving you the plan to where you're going at. So when you take this, you have to take it to a place of where we're going. And so when we talk about how we got here, you started with something that you had to keep focusing. That's why it's good to put it on paper. It's good to get the sketch out, look at it, um, and view it so you can keep yourself motivated, keep yourself on the object of why we're doing this, why we're going forward, why we're not getting in the middle of this project or in the beginning of the project and never get it started to go to what we're trying to get it to. So my job is to really enlighten you on where you want to go with this project. How do you want to build this project? How do you want to make this project come alive? And not just something that someone told you, give some more thinking to it. Call some more people up. Ask somebody else, and they might give you a direction of where to go at. Would be the same way. The GPS gonna get me to where I want to get to. Asking someone else may take me the longest way because I'm not trusting them, understanding where I want to go at. I can tell them that this address that I have, this is a big blue building, and I want to go there, and then say, well, I think that's up on 2 more streets. Go up and make a left, look to the right, you'll see what you're going to. Sometimes we'll do that, and it's not there. It's not what it was told to us. So then, in starting, we trusted the map or we trust the idea or somebody said it. But when you really trust the GPS, typically it will take you where you want to go. Very seldom it will take you to another place that you shouldn't. Mostly 90% of me using GPS, looking for jobs, looking for home, it normally takes me to where I want to go to. So I'm really depending on that GPS. I'm really depending on it's taking me to where I want to go at to, because wherever I'm going, it's going to help me bring my wealth. That's why I say this. If I'm using the GPS to help me, to direct me to a house that I'm getting ready to work on, that's going to bring me my wealth. If it's going to lead me to a house that I'm going to buy and hoping that I get the seller to come to agreement with me, then that's another part of wealth. So this becomes my planning or what I need to do to get me to where I'm trying to go to. So I'm trying to get you to, think outside of the box. Don't do like some people do, jump in it, let's get it going. But you got to get this thing first. I see a lot of people mess up in a lot of their projects is because they don't think the project through, or they don't have an idea. They say they want to put an addition on their house. You want to remodel the kitchen. You want to remodel the bathroom. You want to remodel, the bedroom. You want to tear down a wall in that house, and you want to go forward. And so we tend to go to YouTube and type in, how to remove a drywall, how to remove a wall, and then it gives you all these different ones that have done this, and you look for the weight band walls. You make sure the walls are not, you're not taking out none of the main support of that project, and you make sure that you're thinking what's in that wall before you take the wall out, because you just don't want to go start taking the wall out and then find out later that wall gonna come and crash on top of you because you took the wrong beam out. I've been to a lot of situations like that they hire contractors to come in. Now, don't get me wrong, some contractors do have the ability of know how to build, but you have some that calls carpenters and master carpenters or master builders. It's different from a person that is a handyman. And no typically a handyman can mostly do anything like doorknob, change the door, maybe taking out a light switch, putting light switch back in, changing in the plumbing department, maybe a faucet, taking a faucet out. So, you call for a handyman for something like that. But typically when we call a contractor in, you're calling a contractor in to really, to remodel that house, put the air conditioning on, or to build that house. All right, then you step it up a little bit further that you need that master carpenter in to come in, because you need to get him to get you thinking. You have an idea. The carpenter might have an idea how to build it, because he knows about the building areas, but he has he sometimes they don't have an idea of foreseeing how to put the project together. So you get a master carpenter in, and you bring them in. You ask them, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And then how do I make this happen? And then typical that contractor that has that knowledge will begin to tell you from step 1, step 2 to step 3 until the project is finished. Which is, I'm offering this to you to give you a lot of insights. Just not here to, okay, let's partner, take your dollars and here go a piece of paper and figure it out, sketch something out and, see what it works. But not really giving you that ability of what to do. I could tell you a whole lot of ways. I could tell you what to do. Like, people call me on the phone and just send me pictures or tell me what it is, and I normally typically walk them through that whole process without even going looking at the what they're doing. So what I want to do now is really work with different people. So you heard me say this last week, what we're going to be doing and how we're going to start, become partners, come working together, come and networking together, and putting the things that we want to do, and let's get this thing through. Just don't keep it on the table or in some areas. We want to really put this plan together. This is why I want to do. So we're working on several things now, and then what I'm gonna do is allow you to go with me and allow them. Everyone's gonna be shooting, and we're gonna talk about, and then we'll come back on Tuesday, and I'll tell you, okay, we demolished that wall, and in that wall, this is what took place while we're taking that wall out. This is what I had to do to bring the wall back to standards, not just because I could put it. And we've got a lot of jacklegs carpenters out here. This will fix you up or put a Band-Aid over it. We're not really fixing their store. They just put a Band-Aid over it and keep going. Well, you don't want that, because you're in a project that you spent your money and you want what you paid for. And when all of us, sometimes we don't do our very best that we want, but we give our effort. That would count. And so a lot of times, I can count on my hand how many times I've been in projects where I didn't finish it, or something came through with me and the owner, or it didn't go the plan that we want. Very few of those, I have not a whole lot. I have a whole lot of houses that I have done. Over, 100 some houses. Over I know I can decorate houses. We could talk about, and that's just not just talking about just we're talking. I've done a lot of houses where we remodel or build, add additions on, remodel bathrooms, remodel kitchens. The list go on when it comes to a house. So it's where that's where the true knowledge came from. A lot of people don't want to mess with old houses. They are out of square. They're not level. So a lot of people don't mess with those. A lot of typical people like to mess with new construction because it's very easy to really work with. But I've been on both sides of the fence. Well, it's new construction, old construction. House been there for 100 years. We really have our hands to put it back and brought it back up to in today's world. And so this is where we want to build. This is what we want to give. This is what we want to do. And so, and what I'm offering and what I'm giving is the great ability that you can have somebody to walk you through this process. and really be honest to tell you what's good and what ain't good. I have done it so many times. I'm not here to tell you a great story and give you great testimony and not tell you how the things really take place and where you want to go and how you want to do it. And so today we're talking about step one as we moving forward of putting the plan together. We got it on paper. We want to put it together. So I have took some things and put together, and hoping by this evening I would be with another person that's coming on with us, and we're going to talk about their project and how their project is getting ready to take off, and we're going to get ready to start working on their project. So they're supposed to be with me this evening. So again, always check out the um, uh, the Power God Network, and look under Let's Build Wealth, and that's where you'll see me talking about building wealth, building where we want to go at, building what we want to do. And so, as watching at the bottom of the screen, we have the power of of getting wealth, and it has the phone number, and you can really call in area code 302-760-9274. Call in and let's start, picking my brains, as they say. Let's start getting into your projects. Let's start getting on what you want, and you want to bring it out. So, only way you can do that is the opportunity is given to you now, is to say, hey, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And if you do this, I'm telling you how we can do this and how we can make this happen. What I'm hands on hands. I love hands on hands. Always been hands on hands. I can, I'm gonna show you some little things in a few minutes, and I'm gonna show you what it is, hands on hands, and how we make this happen. And so we're getting ready to get this the second plan. First plan we had it on paper. I got paper here now. Then I'm gonna show you how that we taking this. The first thing was to be the foundation, was to take out that wall, was it to remove the bathrooms and begin to start our process of where we going and how we gonna build it, how we gonna start it, how we gonna put this thing together. So this is where we're gonna be getting in, and we're gonna be really working it. And so I'm just grateful that you took the opportunity to watch us, to view what we're giving, and to do what we do. And so I want to give you not a short version, but I want to spend time with you, you know what I mean, and give you the opportunities that you could be where we're going at, be to the area that we could do. And the only way we can do this, we got to do it. I always say this: when we do it together, then it comes out good. But when sometimes people do things, try to do it on their own, it takes harder. But when you got somebody that's willing to do what it does, it can make it happen into what we are doing. So what we're given today is for you to look at this and hear me good. Some of you that may just jump in on and watch this program again. Come on, let's do this in 2021. Let's do this. Get on the phone. Call us at area code 302-760-9274. Call me and say, I want to be a part of the power to get wealth, which is, we call it, let's build wealth. Let's take this model and let's begin to build it. And so in the next couple minutes I have, is because we're going to give you sometimes people's mind span is not long, so I don't want to bore you. I don't want you to be glad to see me and glad hope I and cut me off and go to another channel. But I want to, give you enough so you keep watching my channel. You keep watching what we're doing. So I give me a half an hour to view these TV shows with you, give you what we got, and let's keep moving. Let's keep giving. Let's keep doing. And when you do that, it helps you to see it, but it helps me to really see what you want to do and help you bring that out. And so what we're gonna do that's good, and I'm glad you asked the question is, okay, how are we gonna do this? And so the area that I want to, focus on, and area that we want to do is give you something to look at, something to visualize that you can do this. Now, from your paper to paper like this is a object of a home that I'm working with another partner and getting ready to put this house together. So I'm in with him, getting him some ideas of how to really put it together. Something that he wanted to do, now he wants to bring it together. So as you see it, these are a set of blueprints. This is what allows me to look at that house, to look at that plan, and begin to put this house together so it can look like this one day. But we have to start from the we have to start, ground, and we have to start with the foundation. And so that will be the first thing that we'll work on. But before we can even get the foundation, we had to come up with some kind of drawings. So then our knowing what this partner wants to do. Now, he's not a builder, but he's a part working in the building position. But I am the one that can put this together before it goes out. And so what's typically what you do when you have that come before me, like I said, a lot of times the people can't see it, but I can see it. Sometimes I can draw a sketch. I could, give a plan. So matter of fact, I got to do a couple of those now for a couple of my clients of thinking about doing some things in their house and in their business. So I'm gonna get ready to do some sketch for them to give them the idea so they can see it before I start working on it. So it won't be like this. We started and we got to tear it all down because we didn't have a clear of a plan that was going to take place. Now this house here is going to be 2 stories. It's going to have a downstairs and upstairs. First one I showed you was the downstairs plan. This is the upstairs where there's going to be 3 bedrooms and 1 bath upstairs. I'm sorry. Downstairs is going to have the ability of a walk-in. You have the living room. Excuse me. When you walk in to the right, it's going to be the dining room and the kitchen. And this is what we're getting ready to do now. The way these prints is right now, it's going to walk in. You have the dining room and the kitchen and the utility room. Then you go on the upside of the stairs, then you go into the family room, a powder bathroom. So that means when you're in the kitchen, you have to come all the way around to the family room. So I made a suggestion to the partner, and told him, now what we could do is remove the bathroom down and allow you to come from the living room to the kitchen, or from the kitchen to the living room. So you want to go past through the dining room if you don't want to, but if you are at the living room and want to come to the kitchen, you can. So that is what we're doing now. We're making this visualize now instead of rebuilding it, then get to the building part, and then you say, oh, that's too much. So what I've done is saved him some time by doing it now. This is what I'm talking about by us coming together. This is what I'm talking about by you now. We're we're joining together, or we're working together to bring this project forward. We don't want no more just sitting on this paper, but actually putting it on that ground and bringing it forward. So what we're asking you to be and to work with us and to come in with us, let us help you. All you can do, unless you take the opportunity, is to call us and say, this is what I want to do. And so when we're giving this information to you and we're giving this ability to you, we want you to take the opportunity to come on, let's build wealth. So join me back this evening again, and let's build wealth. Let's build that project. Let's build to where we're going, where you want to go to in this time. My time is up. I'm so grateful that you tuned into the Power of God Broadcast Network. Won't you come and be a partner with us? Won't you come and enjoy building with us? If you like what you see, you like to what you hear, please, I'm getting ready to post it just before I go off of how you can follow us and how you can contact me personally, talk to me, and let's bring this project together. So when I come back this evening, I will be sitting with somebody. And we were talking about how we're going to put their project together, and you get to watch me do that project. So it's good to see you.